Hey, so welcome to this video. So I haven't really done any of these videos before. It's kind of a new thing. All I really do on this channel is just post videos of stuff I made, and I mean, it's not really that interesting. So I want to try doing a devlog now, because I think that would be something that's a lot more interesting to watch. So one thing I've been working on for a while is a Minecraft clone, and it's not just like a straight up rip off of Minecraft. It's gonna be its own thing. It's gonna be basically, if you've ever played Minecraft, you know there's mods for it. Well, PC version mostly. And one of the best part about Minecraft mods is you can do pretty much anything. You can take that game, rip it apart, do whatever you want with it, right? Well, there's this one mod pack for Minecraft called Tekkit, and Tekkit is one of my favorite mod packs for Minecraft for the reason of, you know, machines, right? They're so modular, you can stick anything together. You can make pretty much anything that you can think of with Tekkit. Computers, pretty much anything. And that was one of my favorite things playing back in the day. And it made the game so much more enjoyable. The ability to build factories instead of just the regular play style of grinding it out and having to manually gather every resource you need. Just build a factory for it and, you know, make your game that much more fun. But where I'm going with this is I want to try making a game like that, but its own entire game, because the issue with mod packs, and something that you can never really correct because of the issue of mods, is you can never make the game feel like it's built just for that experience, you know? It's not built just to build factories, just to, you know, mine stuff. So I think with this project, taking it in that direction would be a lot better. While I'm at it, I want to try to optimize the game itself to make it run maybe on lower end PCs and, you know, run it a little bit faster. One of the biggest things I wanted to add was like an infinite world render distance, and I think that would be something that's really awesome to have. Yeah, so I'm gonna start off. I want to try explaining kind of where I started, how I kind of got there, and what I'm doing right now. So it started off basically with following this website I found called Learn OpenGL, and the beauty of that website is it basically tells you everything you need to know to be able to make a graphics renderer, or just anything graphics wise in C++. And so I followed the tutorials for that site, and it got me in a pretty good position. I was able to draw a triangle, and then from there I went up to drawing a cube, right? And then once I was able to figure out how to draw a cube, I found this library on the internet that basically allows you to import Minecraft worlds and read the block data from that. And so first thing I did after I figured out how to draw a cube was figure out how to draw it in multiple positions. And then after that I figured out how to add a camera and everything else that comes with that. Input, control, stuff like that. And then once I was able to do that, actually tied the program that renders the cube into the program that actually pulls the block data and reads it. So I just made a simple thing: if it's not air, then draw a block here. And then once I did that, I was able to render something that looked like the Minecraft world and fly around it. It was pretty slow though. That was the biggest issue. So one of the first things I had to do pretty early on was optimization. And that was not really that easy. Once I was able to figure it out though, the solution I came up with was to basically bake the whole thing into a mesh. So just take all the vertices, because in 3D rendering, everything's just a collection of points. You know, there's nothing more complicated than that. It's just points in space. So I just took all these points in space and I combined them into one single draw call. What I had it doing before was just drawing every single cube in its own call, which requires a lot of communications between the GPU and your processor, and it's generally very slow. So after I was able to figure that out, I got it to basically put them all into one mesh, and it started drawing really, really fast. I got a massive speed up in performance, and once I got that working, I moved on to another type of optimization. So one thing you may notice, if I might be flying through it on screen right now, but if you do see that, one thing you might notice is if you fly through it, there's not really, you can see you can see the insides of the cubes that are in there, and that's not good, because we're drawing a lot of faces that don't need to be drawn, and that takes up a lot of horsepower. So the next thing we can do is we can take all these faces and just run them through a simple check. If this face is covered by another block, don't draw it, and that's all we need to do. Once we do that, we get rid of all the faces that we don't need to draw, and then we just get rid of the faces in the back, and then done. We're halfway there, about. Then once we have that, I found some a little program that can draw clouds on the internet. I added that to the game just to kind of test things out. I'll probably implement my own cloud renderer, and then got that working. After I was able to get that working, moved on to just kind of general kind of optimizations. I'm still trying to figure out how to optimize it to where it could do some things a little better. And then once I was able to get that working, I split everything up into a chunk system. And so basically with this chunk system, we have in Minecraft, I don't remember the exact dimensions. I think it's 128 by 128 by something else. And the chunk system, basically, it's the whole world is a set max height, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So in this game, I kind of came up with a 3D chunk system, 32 by 32 by 32. And with that chunk system, it's a 3D chunk system, so every single chunk has its own coordinate. And first chunk is 0, 0, 0, next chunk 0, 0, 1, and so on and so forth. And so as a player flies around, builds, does whatever they're doing, it'll modify whatever chunk is in that position in 3D space. And so once we have that going, that basically means an infinite build height, infinite in all directions. So there's no limitations on how far you can build or do whatever. And once I got to that, I kind of tied that into the rendering system to where it's more easily able to kind of fit in with the optimizations I got going. And then the next thing I had to work on was basically just kind of blocking out, not rendering things that aren't visible to the camera, and I'm still trying to work on that. But once I got that working, I implemented a simple walk around system where you can just walk around, collide with blocks, kind of like you're in Minecraft. Then once I was able to get that working, I got a text renderer working, and then after that I got placeable blocks working. Once I got multiple blocks working, I implemented something called entities, and those are just basically what you think they are. You can right click them, it'll basically call functions whenever you mess with them. Yeah, that's most of what I had. And once I get entities working, I implemented like a simple kind of nuke, and then you could just basically place a nuke down, and then 5 seconds later it'll explode. Another thing I got working was computers. You can program them in Python, and then it'll actually be able to do things inside the world. I think that's about it. That's pretty much most of the Minecraft Clone project. So if you enjoyed this video, just give me a thumbs up or subscribe or whatever. I don't really care. But thank you for watching.